Hey, Jesus, is there any more coffee?
Not anymore. I don't like cream.
Hamsters? Oh, they're not just the other white meat. No, sir. They are, in fact, tiny, furry musical prodigies, and we'll have the proof. Oh, yes. Plus, Free Play Friday takes you on the mind-bending thrill ride that is Psychonauts. And it's mental, folks. Literally. And the week has drawn to a close, so 4th Avenue Jones is here to finally make your life worth living. Now, put on your headgear, because here's Kevin Pereira and Morgan Webb.
Pick up on this.
Hello, everyone, and where's Morgan?
What?
I thought we were going to get Morgan Webb for the show. That's why I agreed to do this stupid X-Play walk-in.
Well, you know what? I thought I was going to get off early on Friday, so
fair
now it's time.
Fair enough.
Let's play television.
Woohoo! And this is live, too, so you can't keep screwing up like you do on your set.
This is live television?
This is live. We are live right now.
It's not live television. It's live
not
television.
live. It's live. It's live. But Sarah thrives on live. Miss Lane.
Hi, guys.
What's going on?
You know, Adam, don't listen to that Kevin Pereira. I'm really glad to see you.
I never said
I haven't listened to him since, well, since that accident, anyway.
Yes, you sound just like my father. Now, there's lots of Xbox rumors floating around, and we've been ignoring them all week because Kevin Rose doesn't like the video games. But now that we've got you here, we should touch on all these. You do. Well,
Look at that gaming muscle. Look at that.
That's strong, man.
Yeah.
That's tense.
No funny jokes.
So we've rounded up, yeah, exactly. We've rounded up some of the juicier Xbox rumors.
Okay.
The first one claims that the Xbox is going to feature 512 megs of RAM.
I really hope it does.
So do most developers, which I think is why they're going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the other question is, why wouldn't they do it? I mean, obviously, when you're buying RAM in a bulk like that,
right?
I can't imagine that would drive the cost of the Xbox up, even though if you look at how much money they lost on the original one.
But if you look at, like, opening the Xbox, they were concerned down to the screws, how many screws it was going to have. So maybe they are concerned with each penny.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's Microsoft.
This is true.
They could buy the Earth.
They should just buy Sony and just end the whole console war. But, all right. Now, the next rumor assumed that, it asserted that Xbox 2 is going to have a dedicated physics chip.
I love this one.
Now,
I don't know if it's real, though. That sounds really...
There's a company now making these, they're called PPUs, Physics Processing Units, and I think this was going to be a big PC thing, like the hardware accelerator for graphics. Well, now you got one for physics.
Right.
Do we think they'll be out and tested and working?
Well, if we're debating if they're going to have 512 megs of RAM... It's hard for me to believe that this. I mean, this is definitely a bigger thing. But wow, if they do that, then
that might give them the edge that they need over.
That's so many ragdolls. It's like ever since I went to the Raggedy Ann factory.
Wow, you went there?
This is live, right?
Let's take that again. Let's take that again.
Live television.
Hold on, come up with that. That's so many ragdolls.
That it's like the Raggedy Ann factory. No, didn't know that.
That's not what I meant by taking it down, Adam.
All right. Another rumor.
Next claim. The look of the Xbox. This one's interesting. Apparently, it's going to be a pearlescent white and have this concave, they said, like your cheeks sucked in. There we go. Yeah, okay. That's apparently how it's going to look. And some people are pointing to Xbox.com and saying, well, here we go. The design's been right in front of your noses the whole time.
I think this is probably it. I wonder about the white part, though, because they're making such a big deal about customization.
Does anybody, do people care about customizing? I mean, I know that there's people that make a living off neon and stickers.
I think, unfortunately, this is one of those things where you can say that there might be an age gap or something like that, because, I personally don't see the appeal. I want it. I want to start playing the games.
So, so 50 to 60-year-olds don't care about customizing.
Right.
I know. But I'm saying, like, for me, honestly, I don't care about customizing either. I really don't.
Oh, I know. Like, when I saw the Fast and the Furious, all these modded out, tricked out cars, I thought it was the boring with the Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel? Awesome. Customizing, no.
Yeah, exactly. Unless we could customize Vin Diesel out of movies, that would be kind of good.
Sarah, are you customizing any consoles anytime soon?
Yeah, actually, this weekend I'm going to get right on that.
Okay, just making sure.
Console makeover.
I'll show you the details on
You know that show's going to come on if this really happens.
I sure hope not.
Yeah,
I sure hope not.
Just go into people's homes.
Finally, the most disturbing news, I guess, if any of it was disturbing, that's going to be 2 different price points for the Xbox when it launches.
I've been predicting this one for
$299 for the base unit, Adam, and that won't have a hard drive, and apparently won't have backwards compatibility, which that I don't buy at all. But another $100 will supposedly get you the full unit, plus web TV. Well, a form of web TV.
Yes. Well, I've been screaming that Sony and Microsoft are going to do this. I believe the PS3 is going to have a TiVo built into it as well. It's just there's just too much money to be made. But obviously, there's the big worry because with the original Xbox, they were losing so much money, and a lot of it was because of the hard drive. And the fact is, we never needed that hard drive.
No.
And I recall when they dropped the size of the hard drive by about 3 gigs, it was like, oh, it's all a failure, the Xbox is a failure. And I don't think I've ever even hit like a gig's worth on that hard
like
drive.
1 or 2 songs on that drive to like race with Project Gotham, and then realized that was the biggest.
Just, the biggest thing I ever had were all the saves for KOTOR.
Right.
And literally, I went down from like the 5,000 plus, so I started to see numbers actually dropping. Because I think I saved every 5 minutes.
There you go. There you go. So maybe it will, maybe it won't happen. Dual price points.
Who knows?
Okay. Adam Sessler says, "Who knows, ladies and gentlemen." Write that down. Now, Sarah Lane showed off the GIMP shop on our show the other day. It's a free. It's a hack of the GIMP. It has nothing to do with the Pulp Fiction GIMP. That allows it basically changes the menus of the GIMP to look like Photoshop. So this free downloadable program now all of a sudden does the functionality of Photoshop.
That's great. Well, that's what I use interns for.
Really?
So I want all my interns to be watching this segment today.
Yes, there is a website. We just want to throw it out there. I don't know, Sarah, is this a damn good website, or is this just this is a decent website, and that's why?
It's damn good.
Is it?
Sure.
Is it like we do 1 out of 5? Do you have like good, damn good, really damn good? And...
Sarah's just like, it's either damn good or Kevin's talking about it, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Mine's pretty much 5 out of 5. That's kind of how my stuff works.
Yeah.
That's good.
Kevin is... It's a bottom of the barrel kind of a thing, and it's a relationship that works really well for us.
Okay, that's good. I'm more of a grab bag, and usually I grab poorly.
Oh, grab bag. Now, the site contains 7,015 Photoshop tutorials. That's mind-blowing, right? Your mind is now blown.
That's a lot. But also that you have it down in the 15. I mean, you could have said 7,000 plus, and that would have,
No, we're accurate here. That's what we have our interns do.
Okay. You count it, I guess.
And don't make good television. Just look and get us the exact figure. There you go. So the site's been around for a while, but apparently it's good. You got all sorts of tutorials. Feel free. You want to scroll?
Yeah, I was going to start counting right there.
Yeah, there we go. There's a bunch. So there we go. All right. Finally, this site you'll actually enjoy. This one has also been around for a while, but we really appreciate it. It's called Bootleg Toys, the Undiscovered Playthings.
Which reminds me of Star Trek V, The Undiscovered Country, except that movie sucked. But I think this looks like a really cool website.
All right, fair enough. Superman. You like the old Superman?
Yeah.
Well, then the next time you're in Mexico, look out for Superhero.
Oh, I like that.
There he is, and there he is kind of blowing up. And what makes this even better is if you look on the back of Superhero.
It looks like squashed in.
It's a G.I. Joe box. Like, they didn't even bother counterfeiting the back of the box. There's also
Man.
a silver bat instead of Batman, and he rides on a silver horse, apparently.
Oh, wow.
So no backing in the box necessary. Just show the cardboard. It's pretty enough. And this is one of our favorites, of course.
My Little Batman.
Spider Hero.
Oh, Spider Hero.
Wait till you see Spider Hero. Check that out. No, apparently not. They didn't have enough time to,
The words that want to come out are not fit for live television right now.
They're not. But say them anyways, Adam. Go ahead.
No.
No, okay, good. Thank you. I'm just testing. So there's the bootleg Spider Hero.
Look at that butt.
Yeah.
That's a spider butt.
Everybody at home should go and
It's
browse.
tingling.
There's lots of good toys. Now, today, Adam and I are going to answer your video game questions.
We are.
I'm assuming you have some, so give us a call. The number is 800-839-7880, and you can email us through our web form at g4tv.com/AOTS, and you can chat with us. Where, Adam?
I think it's the IRC chat room.
It is at
g4tv.com.
chat.g4tv.com.
I got the
Almost.
job.
Chat.g4tv.com. What's coming up, Seth?
All right, coming up after the break, we'll reach in and pull some hamsters out of thin air.
Okay.
Yes. I saw what you did with the server, so trust me, I'm worried.
Yeah.
And we're going to discover their surprising musical ability next.
Attack of the show, baby. Attack. Attack of the show. Attack.
Now, what do you think of when I say the word hamster? Probably something along the lines are, what are those sick Attack of the Show idiots going to do this time? Well, it's not that, I promise. After this segment, you'll be thinking, hamsters are musical geniuses. Levy Lorenzo is here to show us how these little critters can tap into their hidden musical prowess. Levy, thank you for joining us.
Pleasure, pleasure.
This is intimidating. It's a little scary, but maybe you can explain what it is.
Well, essentially, it's a system that produces melodies based on the position of hamsters.
Right. Now, what were you on when you were inspired to create this device exactly?
Can't say on TV.
No, what led you to do this? Was this just a free time kind of thing? Or?
Oh, no, definitely not. Well, my master's year at Cornell, they give you a lot of freedom to pick whatever you want to do for your final project. and I wanted to do something that combined my skills as a musician as well as what I've learned as an electrical engineer. So I wanted to do a MIDI project. And so through the use of MIDI, I wanted to sort of create a musical device using my musical knowledge and my engineering background.
And hamsters.
Yeah, well, at that point, I happened to have, I wanted to create a really unique MIDI device.
Sure.
And I just happened to have 9 hamsters in my dorm room at that point, just as pets. You know, I figured they'd be good sort of pseudo-random, spontaneous inputs.
Sure, sure. And all right, fair enough. Now, tell me how the device actually works, though. I mean, I don't see the MIDI instruments. I don't see guitar picks. How are they,
all right,
making music?
We'll start with the MIDI hamster sensing unit. Back here, there's distance sensors that are continually monitoring the position of the hamsters, where they're moving, where they are, and then...
Is it like little infrared devices in there or something?
Yeah, right here. And then you'll see that it sends the data back through these wires into a microcontroller, where within software it takes this data and processes music using intelligent algorithms. And then it spits out a MIDI sequence to the MIDI synthesizer, and the music is played out.
Now that's important. You've made software so that no matter where the hamsters are, the notes are going to sound pretty much good, right?
Yeah, it was a big part of my musical design. For the note choice, I didn't want to use all existing notes. I sort of constrained myself to what's called a pentatonic scale. I mean, it's called that because, first of all, it's 5 notes out of the typical major scale. But they're special because no matter what order you play them in, it'll sound good. It eliminates all the dissonances.
All right, so now are these guys making music right now? I know this guy's gnawing the hot glue, and the other guy was trying to break out through the wood. But so okay, we're hearing it now. Explain us how are they making the music we're hearing exactly?
All right, so for one melody, you have 2 things that go into a melody: the notes and the rhythm. And so for one melody, you have 2 hamsters. One hamster controlling the notes, and the other hamster controlling the rhythm. And so if the hamster is this rhythm hamster is all the way at the end, it'll tend to play sparser rhythms. And if the hamster's all the way at this end, it'll tend to play busier rhythms. And if the hamster is, this note hamster is all the way down there, it'll tend to play notes from the pentatonic scale that are sort of close to each other, so the melodic shape is sort of linear and stepwise. But in contrast, if it's all the way over here, it'll really make a lot of jumps and it'll be an angular sort of melody.
Very nice. Now, do you ever just violently shake the device to get them to perform some metal or something, or no? You just pretty much let them do their thing?
Definitely not.
Gotcha. Now, did you get a grade? I mean, how'd you do on this project? You bring this into class and the teacher goes, all right, pick that out, no extra credit?
I did really well. I got an A on the project.
Oh, very nice, very nice. And now, what's coming up next for you? Anything crazy? Are you going to do anything else with hamsters?
Probably not with hamsters. I have a few other ideas for just creating MIDI using funny input devices, but I'll tell you guys when that happens.
Very nice. All right, well, Levy, thank you so much for coming by and bringing the musical hamsters.
Definitely.
Hope that explains that to everybody who saw this on the web and had the exact reaction that I did, which was okay. You can learn every last detail about Levy's hamster-controlled MIDI player by checking out our show notes, g4tv.com/AOTS. Now, later on, we're going to take your phone calls, assuming that you haven't lost that dialing wand again. And when the commercials take a breather, it's Free Play Friday, so you can play some games for free. Yay!
Hey, I got next game.
What? What's this, Adam?
Why, it's a quarter, Kevin.
Oh, silly little Sessler. There's no quarter required because it's Free Play Friday. Yeah, even I don't know what
I
that was
feel
about.
dirty for engaging in that with you. But
I'm sorry.
anyway.
I wrote it just so you'd feel that way, too. Grim Fandango, Full Throttle, Day of the Tentacle. Not just great titles for softcore porn movies. No, these are the works of who?
Tim
Schafer, the genius behind Psychonauts.
I think Genius is he's one of the few people who deserves the title of Genius.
It's fair, right? It's
Yes.
fair. So now we're taking a look at the PC demo here. It is free, most importantly. Now, essentially, you're a little kid with some incredible psychic abilities. You go to a psychic camp.
Yes, which I had to go to like religious-oriented camps for Jewish people, and he gets to go to a psychic camp. It's not fair.
I don't think your game is nearly as compelling. but fair
Torah
enough.
psychics. I don't understand.
So you're basically, each level, you're hopping inside of people's minds and collecting things and destroying weird crap that's running around their brain.
And it's not also like as sort of kid-oriented as other games of this type. It has a much darker and a lot more twisted sensibility, which is also really neat.
Now, the gameplay itself and the mechanics will appeal to younger gamers, but again, the subject matter is a little bit darker. It's a little on the mature side. You're absolutely right.
So Microsoft, this is going to be kind of the primary platformer for Microsoft, and I think because it had the edge of feel. Well, for some reason they got nervous and they dropped it, and I fear that they dropped it in favor of the really middling title Voodoo Vince, which was a very pretty game, but not. This is, I think, going to be a winner.
Now, whose call would that have been?
I'm not 100%, but whoever it is, they should be ashamed.
All right, fair enough. So back to the actual game itself. Yes. I don't know if you've had a chance to experience it. Even on the PC, the gameplay is solid.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to avoid it because I'm so excited to play it. I don't want just to taste.
Oh, well, let me spoil it for you, Adam.
No.
Adam, look at the gameplay. It's pretty. Here we go. Psychonauts, it does not break any molds, but it fractures many of them. Here's some of the gameplay. Bam, look at that. First off, right off the bat, the art style is phenomenal, and each level is a radical departure from the previous one.
No, I'm not looking here.
Oh, no, but Adam, look at, see how I raised that little flag there and it opened up I don't know if you saw that. This is something you'll be doing in the console game here. And what makes the mechanics great is that, the typical platforming style of gameplay is there, but it's not intense when it comes to skill. Like, if you need to make a jump, the game's going to pretty much make it for you. If you're swinging on something...
So then where are you finding the challenge in the game?
See, right here. Well, the challenge is in figuring out where you need to go next. I didn't particularly find the game all that challenging, the demo at least, but I was totally okay with that.
Too, wasn't it?
Exactly. This was a tutorial boot camp
then that's better.
But again, I'm okay that it's not that challenging. Now, what I'm not okay with are collection quests. Like, that to me is just it's derivative, it's tedious at this point.
Well, I think there's two different types. There's the collection quest where there just happens to be this thing that you're getting while you're going through other challenges.
Right.
The collection quest where it's like, go search every nook and cranny of some poorly designed level to get a bunch of things you don't need to make the larger, like, hamster noodle thing guy happen. Did I say hamster noodle?
I think you said hamster noodle. I don't know what games you're playing, but they're probably in Japanese.
I just saw you with rodents. My mind's...
Yeah, understandable. It's a fantasy. Now, the why I forgive this game for the Collection Fest portion, though, is essentially you're picking up people's emotional baggage, and you're picking up figments of their imagination. So it fits within the story, and like you said, you're not running off to find these things arbitrarily. They're along the course of the level. They just happen to be there, so you can grab them if you want, and if not, scoot along.
So emotional baggage, that would imply, like, the final boss would be, like, me and my psyche.
Yes.
And like, probably I would send out the demons of ex-girlfriends out there to fight you.
Ooh, that's some pretty nasty boss battles there, actually.
Yes.
All right. Now, the game looks and plays like a console game, but the free PC demo is still enjoyable, and it might help you decide if you want to pick Psychonauts up for your Xbox or PS2. So there's some good there. You can get the link to the demo on our website. And Tim Schafer, of course, we said he designed Psychonauts, will be on G4TV.com next Friday at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
He's always got great insights on games and stuff like that, so it's definitely worth watching.
And there's an online interview with him as well where he talks about the development cycle of Psychonauts, and it's brilliant. It's poetic
it's
as
the
can be.
long development cycle of Psychonauts.
Exactly.
4 years he's been at it.
Now, up next, me and Mr. Gamey McButtonmash over here will be... That's you. We'll be taking your calls about video games. Hold on. You done?
Yeah.
Okay, and in today's feed, we're going to talk to 2 state representatives about a freaking sweet and real Napoleon Dynamite build. But first, settle in for this week's EB Games Top 10. Honk the horn and tap the brakes because it's Animal Crossing, looking both ways at number 10. At number 9, it's Super Smash Bros. Melee, the most violent video game starring Kirby you'll ever see. Resident Evil 4 was alive at number 8, and then it died, and then it came back to life, and so we killed it again. Number 7 is Star Fox Assault, which finally brings together the 2 great tastes of galactic warfare and furries. Pokemon Coliseum comes in at number 6. At my signal, unleash Pikachu. Number 5 is Super Mario Sunshine, which may someday burn out and destroy all life on this planet. But until then, enjoy it. All right, no steroid jokes, not even any remarks about Pedro Martinez's midget friend. It's MVP Baseball 2005 in at number 4. DK's got a severe case of that jungle boogie that's going around, and we blame Kool and the Gang. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat is in at number 3. At number 2, it's Dragon Ball Z Sagas. Walk the earth, meet strange and interesting people, then pound them into bruised mulch. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is about a world covered in poisonous miasma where people need crystals in order to survive. Right. It's number 1. Whatever. That was the most awkward EB Games Top 10 I've ever had to stand through.
No more commercial breaks for me, kids.
No, make them longer. Now, coming up in just a bit, we're going to show you the best ways to get your own T-shirts printed, and you could use it. And we'll have a performance by today's Boost Mobile Live Music Friday guest, 4th Avenue Jones. So be adequately prepared to rock.
Okay.
Okay, just making sure you're prepared.
Is that my rocking?
That was your rock cue, but you
Secret
missed it
Devil
entirely.
sign?
You were not adequately prepared. Now, what do you say we take some phone calls?
Okay,
How about we
let's do
do
that.
some of that? All right, do we have any callers? I think we have Trevor on the phone from Ashland, Oregon. Trevor, are you there?
Adam and Kevin, how are you guys doing today?
Doing
Doing
all
very
right.
well. Are you prepared to rock, sir?
I am.
Okay,
How
good.
do you prepare? I'd like to
a good
just wear
question.
something nice.
Yeah, I like form-fitting
Anyway.
jeans and biker shorts.
So what's on your mind, then, buddy?
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Adam. What do you prefer better, Doom 3 on the Xbox or Doom 3 on the PC?
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, come back, Kevin.
Okay.
I'll feel lonely.
I'm here.
Okay, I'm just going to go on the record for saying I was so underwhelmed by Doom 3 altogether.
Oh, thank you for saying it so I don't get the hate mail.
after, yeah, it was too dark. There was just a lot of Chinese services, and there was no functional AI. It was just kind of a spook house that was fun for a couple of hours.
Right.
But more or less,
Not even a couple hours,
You just
in my
more or less have a bunch of monsters coming out of the closet.
Yeah.
And I mean that pun.
Yeah.
But having said that, I think the real selling point is the graphics, so go ahead and play it on the PC. I was very excited about the co-op mode on Xbox, but it's
lackluster.
But wow, why didn't they do the whole game? And I don't understand. I think they dropped the ball on it.
Well, they had to redesign the levels, and they clearly were like, oh, let's not take the time for the
Yeah.
feature everybody cares about.
Yeah, I mean, I
let's
think just everyone's going to buy it 'cause it says Doom, so why make that much of an effort?
Yeah, good point. Andre joins us on the phone from West Covina, California. Andre, thank you for joining us.
Hey,
If you
how's it going?
Hey, it's going well, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. Now, did you play Doom 3, Andre, just out of curiosity?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay, good. That's
Far Cry. Try Far Cry.
yes.
All right. First of all, I just wanted to say I'm a really big fan of your guys' show.
Awesome. Thanks, man. I think he's
And
talking to us, not
Me and my
X-Play.
friend Eric have been watching all 15 of you guys' shows.
Adam, come back. Awesome, Andre. That's great. We appreciate it. But you got a question?
Yeah. I just wanted to ask when the new Zelda game is coming out for the GameCube.
Were you a fan of the Wind Waker? Oh, we lost him.
Well,
I'm sorry.
yeah, I think everyone wants to know that. We will know that in a month at E3, because at the moment we don't expect Nintendo to say just about anything except for when the Zelda game is coming out.
Right. And is that pretty much what they have this year?
I mean, there's the rumors of the Revolution, but the thing is
This
that,
year, though?
Well, yeah. See, there's all this heat coming off of Sony right now, but Nintendo seems to be getting quieter and quieter and quieter.
Right.
I have a feeling that they just may not do anything this year. But in terms of the Zelda game, they've got to have that mid-year. If they're going to hold on to that for the end of the year, I don't know what else.
Could that be the only tool they have to fight against an Xbox launch?
I know.
Though?
I mean, it's just like I think they need to do it. They're going to almost throw in the towel on the GameCube and just wait for their next generation console to come out. So why not hit big with the Zelda game before they get lost in the storm of the PS3 and Xbox, whatever.
Andre, we appreciate the call. Thank you, sir. Now, back by popular demand, it's the feed.
Good evening. Remember the other day we talked about Moore's Law and how nobody had a copy of it and how scientists in the 60s were all like, we've got JFK's brain preserved in a monkey and everything? Remember that day? Well, you can just forget about all of it because Intel co-founder Gordon Moore tells TechWorld magazine that his law is fast approaching a fundamental barrier and is, for all intents and purposes, obsolete. The law states that transistor density on integrated circuits doubles about once every 2 years. And this has held true since Moore penned the law in 1965. But he says the law will become dust in the next 10 to 20 years when circuits just can't get physically any smaller. Intel's eBay listing just went from $10,000 for a copy of Moore's Law to buy it now for $350 and we'll throw in a yam shaped like Star Jones. Now, we all have our share of conspiracy theories. Are there aliens on Area 51? Did FDR know the attack on Pearl Harbor was coming? Is one of the guys in Los Lobos the Chupacabra? Well, add to that list, did Sony intentionally underclock the PSP? The answer is kind of. While Sony's spec sheet says the PSP should be running with a CPU clock speed of 333 megahertz, it appears to actually be running at a speed of 222 megahertz. The most logical explanation for this is that the games play fine at that speed, so why waste the extra battery? I mean, given how feeble the battery life is on the PSP already, at full speed it would die before you got it from your pocket to your hand. So, yeah. One of the men credited with inventing the internet recently met with some Hollywood types, and naturally he's blowing the whole thing out of proportion. Speaking at an internet conference in Australia, Vince Cerf told a crowd that he, quote, personally knows for a fact that various members of the movie industry are really getting interested in how to use the internet and even BitTorrent to distribute content, end quote. Cerf added that the Hollywood guy said he didn't have to call them, that they would call him. That's so great, right? But you know, Hollywood, being as progressive as they are, by the time they officially adopt BitTorrent, some kid in Asia is going to have developed a way to download movie ideas directly from Spielberg's head, which would be awesome. Now, two politicians from Idaho want to commemorate the filming of the cult comedy Napoleon Dynamite so badly, they're trying to pass an official resolution commending its production. Give them a break. It was either that or My Own Private Idaho, and nobody really wants a mural of Keanu Reeves doing River Phoenix up on the State House. Among other things, the resolution praises the film's director-writer, who happens to be a native of the state of Idaho. It also lists the many good things about Idaho the film illustrates, such as schools, the strong bonds of friendship, its vast supplies of tater tots, and the beef industry. Asked what they'd do if the resolution passes, one of the representatives said simply, "Whatever I feel like, gosh." And that's the feed. But for more on the Napoleon Dynamite bill, I'm going to send it over to Adam Sessler and Kevin Pereira, who are live on location just a few feet over there. Guys?
I don't know if
yes,
you can
sir,
hear
we're here.
Sarah.
Oh, that was good.
That's good. Yeah.
Right. I was going to give it to you.
Writers.
Oh,
He's the same guy.
On the phone are Idaho representatives Max Black and Larry Bradford. Max, are you there, sir?
I am.
Now, maybe we heard the story. Maybe you can explain it to us a little bit better. What exactly was your intent with this bill?
Well, it started out as an idle conversation up in my office. We had a recess and several hours on our hand, and there were several lobbyists. One of them particularly good with the computer and writing down ideas, and so what started out as just some idle conversation ended up with an intent to inject a little humor into our otherwise kind of intense atmosphere the last remaining days of the legislature. And as we got into this thing, it just turned out to be funnier, and we got to the point where we thought, hey, this is a great idea. Let's have a concurrent resolution and pay honor to first the city of Preston and then Jared Hess, the author of this Napoleon Dynamite. And so it took us about an hour to collectively, throw out the ideas and write
Max,
it down.
I'm curious, how did you get, Larry, actually, why don't you tell me, how did you get involved? And are you worried that people think Idaho is going to be run by, like, freaking idiots?
No, heck no. It was just a lot of fun, and, if they really look at it, they'll see a kid that's very enterprising young man who has worked all his life with film, even when he was in high school, and he just took this on, and it's just a dream that he fulfilled. I think the whole humor behind this film is that a lot of us see ourselves in there as being a little bit of a nerd or an underdog.
We know a lot about that here on the show.
Yes.
Most of us do, actually.
Yeah, and I think that's the whole thing, is that we all are a little bit of an underdog, and this kind of hits us back, and I know some of the friends and relatives that I've got that I've talked to says, well, I remember back when I was in school, and I felt a little bit like that too.
Absolutely.
Well, it's a good thing to commemorate. I mean,
yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun on the floor with it.
And now, one of you actually calls your wife a frickin' idiot. Is that true? I mean, this is what I've been told.
Well, as I've told people, this guy took a bunch of negative connotation ideas and has turned them into terms of endearment, as I have expressed it.
And does your wife agree with that assessment?
She does.
Just by any chance?
She does.
Okay, that's good to hear. Max, Larry, thank you both so much for giving us your time and explaining a little bit more. Those were Idaho representatives, Max Black and Larry Bradford.
I'm going to make a point of going by Cleveland one time.
Exactly. Today's your chance to have your video game questions answered by two notable experts. Believe it or not.
I love experts.
And failing that,
They
Adam and
record
I
all the time.
we'll feel
Yeah.
we'll do all right. But next, what are you just sitting there for? There are T-shirts to be made. Go, seriously, do something for once.
The feed is brought to you by Doritos. Don't hesitate, don't procrastinate, don't wait to be great. Visit INNW.com.
You know, Kevin,
Yes, Sarah?
there's no better way to express your individuality and stick it to the man at the same time than making your own T-shirt. DIY, if you will.
That's right, Sarah. In fact,
What?
what? I just
You
really
didn't
like
like
it could have been piercings or running away from home or.
T-shirts are really kind of hardcore.
Okay, understandable.
It's the new Pierce.
Understandable. Well, apparently we found 3 ways of making your own shirts. So we decided to have a little bit of a shirt off.
Oh, we did.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
You go first.
Okay, well.
Sorry, actually, what I mean, we decided to have a shirt competition to see who can make the best shirts.
Yeah, let people know what's going on.
And most importantly, which method is the best.
Because there's different ways to make T-shirts.
Exactly. We found 3.
Do it yourself, have other people do it, and something else.
Our first method is actually the simplest. You can go to cafeexpress.com.
Cafe Press.
Cafepress.com. And the shirts are going to cost you, right?
Sorry.
I was drinking the screen. We'll get to that later.
It's Margarita Friday.
It is Margarita Friday.
Woo!
Where are the margaritas?
Mental.
Exactly. Now, the shirts are going to cost you around $15, not including shipping and handling, and it'll cost quite a bit to have your shirt handled. The biggest drawback, no corporate logos and no licensed characters, like no licensed material. So if you want like Mario on a shirt jumping for the coin box,
Cafe Press is like, I'm not getting involved.
So let's, you can sell them online, which is kind of cool, but here's some of the results. I don't know if we can show these off here. I made the I Train the Star Wars Kid shirts.
Oh, no, that's kind of cool.
It's very cool, is what you mean by that, actually.
Yeah, well,
It's probably one of the coolest shirts Cafe Press has.
Well, yours is it's a valiant effort, but I think mine, DOS 6.22 for life, kind of owns you.
Oh wow! Is this not even like a one-up? It's just a straight-up ownage.
Just a straight-up ownage.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, we should say I should
Very
point out.
neat.
I think these are iron-on. Like, for the $15 and whatever, I can see the square. I can feel and see the square around it. So I don't know if
it's a nice job. I think.
it's a higher quality iron-on.
Higher quality, but it's not like it's like expensive T-shirt or anything. So. Okay, so as far as iron-on goes, we did the old iron-on solution, which is what we did yourself. You put the little papers into the printer backwards, and then you iron them on. So they're sort of like they're backwards, and then you iron on
mirror
face
image.
up, mirror image,
Comes
good,
out right.
onto your T-shirt, and it can be kind of messy. In fact,
A little bit.
we did ours, and it comes off okay, but it kind of has that jagged edge around it.
Yeah,
So.
and again, for sharp lines, it's a little bit of blurring a little bit. It almost looks, alien.
So, Kev, why don't you show yours first? Because I
Rather
kind of like to go
anti-alias.
second and sort of one up.
Oh, you want to attempt to one-up me again? Okay, I'll give you that. Need I say more? I think not.
What does that mean? Like
I'm tired of shirts trying to be witty, and it's like, you know what?
Does it mean you're not witty anymore?
It means
like, this is the end of me being funny when I wear the shirt?
It means I'm that cool.
You might
I don't
wanna
even
put
need
it
to
on.
try.
I'm just kidding. Okay, well, I have a lot of friends in the Unix community. You know what I mean?
course.
So I think my Chone Carrie Bush kind of beats your I'm not witty anymore T-shirt.
There's like 3
What do you
nerds
think about
laughing as
that?
like dew and Cheetos are coming out of their braces at home. Like, oh my God, Sarah just owned him.
Chone Carrie Bush.
I love it.
Yeah. It's
Can we move on from that now?
Please.
Thank you. Someone get me a 20-sided die.
People on the phone
Now,
are
our
like, what
last
does she mean?
solution is not for the weak-hearted. In fact, it's freaking hard. Do-it-yourself silk screening kit.
Yeah.
This is the ultimate screen printing kit, or at least I think that's what they're selling it as. I don't think it is the ultimate one. But here it is. It's really hard if you want multiple colors. There's a 55-minute instructional video, and it's $140. Now, we
Yeah.
thought this would work on black
And
shirts.
it's freaking hard.
And it can. But
can.
not well, as you'll see. Please, you should go first. I mean, it's only
All
only
right.
fair. Ladies first.
All right. Well, you know how much I like Firefox.
Yes.
So how about IE is evil? The little devil horns.
You got a witty point if it was like IE is I evil, but
No,
never
that's
mind.
stupid.
Oh, you're right. Here it is. The piece de resistance. Attack of the shirt.
All right. You know what? I do love that.
It's hard to see. It was supposed to be bright red, and it's not. So there you go. There are two sites you should also check out: Threadless.com and Jinx.com. They'll both. Well, Threadless will let you judge on what designs you want them to actually print, and Jinx will give you $100 for submitting a great slogan, and $200 if you give them good artwork to go along with it. So.
I mean, that's worth giving it a try, right?
Sure.
Now, for more information on these products, you can find the links in our show notes, of course, where you find everything that's good and holy. Coming up after the break, 4th Avenue Jones will be performing Fabulous Dynamics off their new album. We'll be right back. Stick around. Now, here's 4th Avenue Jones.
Now this song right here is dedicated to all you fabulous dramatics. And that's what I call you exes who call your ex's house with drama. This one's for you. She used to call me baby, then she stopped calling me at all. This girl was kinda shady. She hooked up with this fella. He pumped her up to get the drums. Now she want me back. I'm like, no, get mine, you go your way. Don't stalk me at my doorway. Like Troy, you don't get no play. Don't call me, I don't want no day. I gotta watch you while like Soleil. Talk about me, I don't care, so hey. You just want my dough, you're so fake. Then do whatever you want, just go away. I got too much on my mind. I shouldn't be thinking about you. And you take too much of my time. I shouldn't be thinking about you. Calling you aggravate me. I shouldn't be thinking about you. Bet if I had it, baby, I shouldn't be thinking about you. And I got too much on my mind. I shouldn't be thinking about you. You take too much of my time. I shouldn't be thinking about you. Calling you aggravate me. I shouldn't be thinking about you. Bet if I had it, baby, I shouldn't be thinking about you. And I shouldn't be thinking about you. And I shouldn't be thinking about you. My ex never listens. She's so dramatic when she calls. Got my baby's mama tripping when I'm in traffic dipping. Or if she see me at the mall, I act like she ain't there at all. Those theatrics you do, I don't buy when you cry boo-hoo. Baby, I'ma do me, do you. Don't wanna get back, get that we through. If you sad, just don't got tissue. But I ain't gonna deal with your issue. You ain't winning this time, so just lose. You really making me sick as the flu. And I got too much on my mind. I shouldn't be thinking about you. And you take too much of my time. I shouldn't be thinking about you. Calling you aggravate me. I shouldn't be thinking about you. Bet if I had it, baby, I shouldn't be thinking about you. And I got too much on my mind. I shouldn't be thinking about you. And you take too much of my time. I shouldn't be thinking about you. Calling you aggravate me. I shouldn't be thinking about you. Bet if I had it, baby, I shouldn't be thinking about you. And I shouldn't be thinking about you. And I shouldn't be thinking about you.
Look, mama, understand. Come on. You can't just call my man. Get you another plan.
And I shouldn't be thinking about you.
Don't show up at home.
All right.
Stay off my telephone.
Okay.
Just won't be left alone.
And I shouldn't be thinking about you.
You better cut it out. Stop crying. Shut your mouth.
Thinking about you.
Give it up and let it go. Go home. You
And I
know
shouldn't be thinking about you.
you need to get a life.
4thAvenueJones.com, and be sure to check out the new album by 4th Avenue Jones, Stereo, The Evolution of Hip Rock Soul. Awesome. Stay where you are, because we'll be reading your questions from the chat room, plus another live performance by 4th Avenue Jones. You guys are great. Woo!
All right, let's see what's going on in the old IRC chat room.
Okay, first one from DLL Files. DLL Files asks, what's a better recommended card for gaming, NVIDIA or ATI?
Oh, I like ATI.
Do you? Is
Yeah.
there
I mean,
particular reason?
I'm still using my 9800. I don't want to go out because I don't test these things, but I'm surprised that it's still holding up because I've had it for about 1.5 years, 2 years. So
Very nice.
Yeah,
I mean, at this point, I think they're pretty much even, neck and neck at this time.
Yeah,
The
just
companies are so close.
get what's pretty good now, and I think it'll carry you through for a couple more years. It wasn't like a couple years ago when it was bad.
Right, right. Next question?
All right.
Next question from Kanola. What's your opinion of the PSP?
Ah.
I mean, gosh, you don't know yet?
I'm coming around. I was resisting the PSP because all I saw was a lot of PS2 games in small version. Wipeout Fusion is awesome.
There you go.
I think that's cool. And, you know,
Better than the DS, yes or no?
Now I think it's better than the DS.
Oh, there you have it.
Ooh, and you always did.
Well, yeah. I don't own one, but I still think it's better.
But I like to play my home movies on it, so.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds creepy.
All right, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, the show is over. It's all right. Don't worry.
Thanks to our guest, Levi Lorenzo, and his magical musical hamsters. I love those guys. 4th Avenue Jones, of course. Adam Sessler.
Oh, I hate that guy.
I love that guy.
Oh, I hate Adam
All right.
Sessler.
But
Tell him
now,
we like
more importantly, give it up one more time for 4th Avenue Jones.
Now this song right here is dedicated to a woman who's always been there for me. She's always had my back. She's very special to me. I'm talking about my stereo, y'all. Here we go. Material, materialistic. With one possession I prize, it's just my stereo. I got her when I was 5 after I wished it. Now all I need is survive, just my stereo. She's with me when I'm feeling low. No one else knows. I take her everywhere I go. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. The only girl in my life when other chicks kiss. Nobody there to confide in but my stereo. She sang Molly with vibe, natural mystic. Until the day that I die, gonna love my stereo. She loves me when I have no doubt. Totally broke. I take her everywhere I go. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Well, my mother met her at a mall. I believe she had immigrated from Japan. On display, but they never let her music play because her boss was a mean old man. And he didn't like kids dancing and rapping all around her, bumping that hip hop. But everybody love her in the ghetto when they start to groove whenever she be on the block to rock. Come on. With too material, materialistic. But one possession I prize is just my stereo. I got her when I was 5 after I wished it. Now
Wardrobe for Attack of the Show provided by Jinx.
she's with me when I'm feeling low.
Welcome to the Whip Set, the only hour of TV bringing you the cars you want and the girls you can't have. First up, Formula D, drifting, raw and uncut. Then Street Fury, custom kits, heavy horsepower, and oh yeah, ladies.
The Whip Set, tomorrow at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.